Hello, hello. Welcome back to Finding Spirit with Tabs. I'm your host, Tabs McCaffrey, and I'm a psychic medium here in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. On this show, I share my own personal experience as I grow and develop my psychic medium abilities, Akashic records, spirit guides, and now QHHT. If you are new here, welcome. I like to consider myself a pretty grounded and practical psychic medium. And through these episodes, I'm going to show you how that's possible because I feel like those words don't always go good together. This is going to be part 2 of our part 3 series. This was a recent QHHT session I had. If you have never heard of that, it's Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique, and it's the Dolores Cannon, quantum healing session. I don't even know how to word it. So yeah, I had a session done. If you haven't caught last week's episode, I'm going to pop it up here on YouTube and I'm going to have it down in the show notes for you to go check out. I highly recommend starting with that episode before you do this one. Today's episode is going to be the actual past life regression part, and then the third episode is going to be the higher self consciousness, which is like crazy. It's wild. I feel like this session was very interesting, this part of the session, and then the last part of the session connects everything together. Be prepared for a few shocking statements. So I'm going to share the audio. I want you guys to know that I have cut up this audio a little bit. I've removed a lot of the long pauses. I've removed some of the practitioners' words and just kind of like shorten some things. There's some things that were hard to understand. This is a modified version. The actual recording part is about 29 minutes, and that has been shortened. Just so you know, it's going to flow a little bit quicker than it actually would within a session, but I wanted to kind of keep everyone's attention while giving you, what happened, giving you access to this audio. Best way, I guess, is just to present it to you. Understand that this is a past life that I experienced. This is not current life. I have not done any of these things in my current life. And we'll talk after. How about that? We'll talk after. I feel like I'm gonna have to unpack some things here. Now, coming in, where we're gonna start is she has kind of placed me into the hypnotic state. We've done some journeying and I'm dropping into the past life. So this audio is where she asks me to start describing where I am, what I see. So without further ado, let's get into this audio. Trading post.
Your trading post, yeah.
Made of wood.
Made of what?
Not bright.
Right.
It seems like there's something happening outside of the walls, and some people know, and they'll tell us, and then we pass it on.
Okay, that seems like an important role. And who would you pass that information on to?
It feels like other people that get the bread. It feels like we're the messenger, but we get around by bringing the bread.
Right, so the bread is a source of income, but also of trade and hiding behind the bread to get the messages? Okay, yes, okay, I see what you're saying. And are there any important messages today? Can you go and receive those as you exchange the bread and share with me what you get?
They're saying that there's like men coming, but I think that's to protect me.
And why do you need protection?
Because there's a lot of people that will do harm or bad things, and if I stay in there, then I am safe there. And they seem older than me, the other women.
Okay, so you might be apprenticing or learning from these other women that you trust? Okay. And is safety of women an issue in that commune?
Outside, yeah.
Outside, okay. So hence the walls then? Okay. Let's move ahead from this space you're in now and the scene that you're explaining and sharing to me. Let's move ahead now to an important day in your life?
I'm getting married.
Okay, you're getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a happy occasion?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, it's good.
And who are you marrying?
Jeff.
You're marrying Jeff.
Yeah.
And how did you know Jeff?
I can just feel it.
And his name, this Jeff that you're marrying, what is his name here?
Aaron.
And how did you and Aaron meet?
He has an important job with someone. He works for someone and does important stuff. I feel like the messages that I deliver are connected to who he works for. And he's taken on that he's going to take care of me and keep me safe.
And being cared for and safe are something you really value.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so you feel excited to be married?
Mm-hmm.
Does this feel like something that you need to do or you're choosing to do?
I would say we're choosing.
And so how does your ceremony go? Can you share with me what that looks like?
Yeah, there's just us and someone officiating it. It doesn't seem like there's anyone else really around.
Okay. So very intimate then, just the two of you and the officiator? And where is this taking place?
It's just like green all around. It's like green, very bright green spring grass everywhere. It feels like it might be in like rolling hills.
And this is the place you chose to be?
Yes.
And do you know the name of this place?
I think it's in Ireland.
And Aaron, is he Irish?
Yes.
What does he look like? What features stand out to you?
He has curly hair and very kind eyes. And when he holds my hands, his hands feel very big.
Yeah. That must be comforting.
Yeah. He seems very genuine.
Good. And what about you? If he were looking at you and describing you to me, what would he see?
I'm tiny.
You're little, yeah. What about your hair? What would he notice?
Curly and long.
Okay. And what color?
Dark brown.
Beautiful. And what happens after you say your vows to one another?
Feels like he has to go somewhere.
Is he gone lots, do you feel?
Yeah, but not for very long. We spend a lot of time together.
Good. And where do you spend this time together?
It seems like sleeping on the land.
Oh, powerful.
Like through travels.
So you move around a lot?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no like home necessarily. It's wherever you are?
Yes.
And when he goes to do the work that he does that you were mentioning, his important job, do you go with him?
No, he's just gone for like a day and comes back.
And are you still receiving messages and baking?
No, it seems like I'm just taking care of the site where we are.
Yes, your roles have shifted. And just the two of you?
It seems like that. And a dog.
And a dog. Aw, what kind of dog?
I don't know. It's like medium and shaggy.
Okay.
And grayish brown. He's like a wolfhound or like a hunting or like in the bogs.
Yes.
For like finding people maybe.
Okay. Is this related to his work at all, do you feel? Or just
I
a
think
skill?
for safety for us.
Yes. And so after your wedding celebrations, what happens next?
Just seems like we're always traveling.
Where does your travels take you next? Can you move ahead to that time?
To like a city or a village or... It's weird.
Like weird as in something you've never really seen before?
Yeah.
And this foreign place, is it outside of Ireland, do you get a sense?
No?
No?
I think it's in Ireland. I think it's just a big, big village type area.
Right. And what is the importance of this day? What do you notice as you arrive?
I'm going into a shop. He has things to do.
Yeah.
But this shop has like bottles and like potion type stuff.
Oh, I like this. Okay. And as you look at some of the bottles and the potions, can you read some of the labels?
They're all like weird names.
Nothing you recognize?
Like eyes or bugs. I don't know. They're like weird names.
Yeah. Do you get a sense of what they might be used for? Are they
for
medicines?
healing? Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think drew you into that shop? Do you need anything from there today?
Yeah, I know what I'm looking for. I'm grabbing a couple things for us to take on the road.
Mm-hmm. And what are the purpose of these things that you need to grab?
In case he gets hurt.
Right. So these are to support healing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And you have awareness and knowledge of how to use these
Very
medicines?
much. Yeah.
So this is second nature to you?
Yeah.
Good. And is it safe for you at this time to work with these herbs and medicines?
Yes.
Good. So you can openly have them?
In that store.
In that store. What about outside of the store?
You just tuck them away.
Okay. And what would happen if they were noticed?
He would get in trouble at work.
Mm-hmm. He would be in trouble. Would you have any consequence?
He would take the blame.
Okay. And why do you think that is?
So that I don't get in trouble.
Mm-hmm. If you were to be in trouble, what would happen then? Without him to receive the consequence or to be in trouble, what would be the repercussions?
They'd take me away.
Right. And where would they take you?
Into a cage.
So you would be caged for having these natural medicines?
Yes.
Okay. And then what?
I feel like they'd poke me till I die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This was not a time where you were able to be completely free in the open, were you?
No.
Yeah. Do you grab anything else from the shop?
Some like sticks.
Yeah. And these sticks, what do you do with those?
I don't know.
Okay. And what about after this shop? Can you move forward in time?
They're taking him away.
Okay, who's they?
The guards.
The guards that were at the front of the gate, or
No,
different guards?
It's different. Like government.
Oh, I
or
see.
Something like that.
Right. Is this in the sort of city area?
Another city.
Another city.
Area, yeah.
So you've since traveled and arrived to a different city, and the guards are taking him away?
Yeah, they're dragging him away.
Okay. Can you look back a few moments and describe to me what happened before they took him away?
We were just together talking in like a market area, and they came up and they just started talking about something, and then they grabbed him. And they're just pulling him away.
Okay, so they've grabbed him and pulled him away. And moving forward now, can you describe to me what occurs? What happens once they've pulled him away?
He dies.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. How does he die?
They cut off his head.
They beheaded him.
Mm-hmm. They said for treason.
And was that true?
Yes. But we have a better cause. We're part of something else. It's not bad, it's just against them.
Right. So is the cause around different belief systems or practices or what?
Oppression.
And how do you feel about that?
Angry.
Yeah. What kind of state are you in as you witnessed, or were you a witness to this happening?
I'm angry.
Where in your body do you feel that anger?
In my heart. I'm gonna poison them.
So you're seeking revenge and channeling your anger through that?
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. What will you use to poison them?
Medicines that I have.
So going back to that shop is maybe a little bit of a foreshadowing to what you needed, your supplies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how will you carry this out? Can you walk me through what happens?
Through the places where they eat.
Oh, so there's the connection to your cooking, baking. Did you have a part in creating the meal for them? Or you just put the poison in the food?
I just do walk by in the sleight of hand.
And how many of those guards were affected?
3.
Mm-hmm. And do they pass with pain or suffering?
Quietly choking.
Okay. So is there no trace then?
They know something happened, but they
Yeah.
don't know it's me.
Yes. And they can't prove it.
No.
And what happens with them after they pass?
I left, I don't know.
And your husband, was he able to be buried?
I'm not sure.
Okay. And let's move ahead now to once you left there and where you are now and what you're doing.
I live by myself and I do healing for people. They come see me.
Yes.
I'm okay by myself.
Do you appreciate being on your own now?
Yeah.
What do you like most about being on your own?
Just doing my own things. I think I just have found peace within myself.
I see. So this was a practice of returning back to peace. And you found that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you heal people, as you say, what does that look like? What do you do?
They come see me and they lay down. And I'll find what's wrong with my hands. I can feel the energy change in those areas. And then I remove that energy from them. But they don't know what I'm doing. It's all within my hands and breathing. I feel like I suck it out and then I blow it out of my mouth.
Yes.
The energy.
Yes.
And then I pull it out and expel it for them. And then they have relief and they are able to go. And people come and they keep me a secret because I help them so much.
What types of things have you supported other people in healing from?
Gallbladder. Appendicitis.
Yeah.
Pain, chronic pain, broken bones that have healed very quickly after, and little kids that have injuries, they'll bring them over, especially when there's pain involved, and I'll be able to pull out the pain.
That's an incredible skill and ability to have. Were you always aware of that?
No, I think this came later on when I was by myself.
Why do you think it came on later on?
I'm not really sure. It just seems like it was the progression. Like I just started to try. People would come see me for like the potions and stuff, and then I started trying different things that I felt like I was being called to do. And when I did those things, they worked. And then we started trying more and different people would come, and then we found out how it worked.
Wow, so literally through trial and error, you discovered more and more about this gift that you have to help others.
Yes.
Wow. And everyone kept you safe by not talking about it.
Yes.
That is a really important role that you played.
Yes.
Wow. Did it feel good to help other people to heal?
Yes, but I didn't take it too seriously. Like I I really was just happy and content, and people would bring me food and stuff when in exchange they would bring me stuff that I needed.
So you never went without anything?
No. I was just very content.
And did it have any effect on you or your health to support these other healings?
Not that I can tell.
Good.
I just let it go.
Yeah. And so it was you and your space and those that came to receive and trade for what you need. And then what happens?
I just get old.
And
I return back to the earth.
Yeah.
No pain, no suffering.
Yeah.
Just a very easy transition.
And were you feeling ready for that transition when the time came?
Yes. Quite old.
And trusted the process of it all?
Yep.
Yeah. That's beautiful. And from that space where you are transitioned already in the space of nothingness, as you look back at yourself, what happens with your body now that you have passed and you no longer need it?
It just turns to dust.
Yeah, it just breaks down. Is this inside your home or outside?
Inside, but my home is like a little hut. Or like a mud dome or grass. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a half circle.
Oh, yes. Okay. Kind of like the little cave that you started in. I see. That must have been the style of building, of shelter. I appreciate that. And so as your body becomes one back with the earth and you're overlooking your experience in this lifetime, what do you think you learned in this life? What was important?
In the end, compassion.
Yes.
I didn't have very much compassion at the beginning when I did the revenge. And that happened, it seemed to happen in my early 30s. And then I had my whole life after healing people.
Do you feel like the healings were a way to balance your karma in the life?
Yes, but it took a lot more years to balance that out than the single act of what I did.
How long do you think it took?
The rest of my life.
Okay. And that karma is balanced now? Or is there still a balance?
It feels good.
Good.
I feel like I gained a little bit.
So you have some reserves for your next incarnation? I like that. Was there anything else that you felt was really important about the lessons or the teachings or what you walked through?
I think I found my own strength where I was very much taken care of at the beginning.
Yes.
And then later on I found the strength within myself to take care of myself and provide for myself. And I think when he died and I sought revenge, in that moment something changed in me after, and it almost empowered me a little too, but there was healing to do after that, and that took many years. But it seems like a good experience. It doesn't feel bad. I don't feel sad. I feel very positive about it.
There's a lot of growth that happened for you.
Yeah.
Really finding yourself and trusting your path. That's incredible. And the amount of people that you were able to help from a humble heart. Yeah. And in this space of transition, do you feel and sense you as the soul?
Yeah.
What is that like to be without a body?
Positive. Just loving and light and bright.
Yes. Do you notice if you have any desire to connect with other souls?
I'm okay on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What did you guys think? So we'll just kind of go over a few points in it and then I'll wrap it up. I really want to do like a final recap in the third episode of this series. So what I can piece together by doing some Google searching and some research after on some of the facts, I guess, or information that I'm sharing, it seems like it is the 12 to 1400s. That's kind of the best placement I can figure out. About 1,000 years ago. And the lifetime is with Jeff, which is very interesting, although it's not Jeff, his name's Aaron. But I can sense that it's him through his soul. So apparently I'm quite a vengeful person. It was so crazy. When I was in the experience, so let me tell you what it feels like when you're in that situation, and this is going to be my personal experience. Everyone goes into hypnosis differently. Everyone has different recollections, I guess. The best way I could explain it is that when I was in the past life, it's kind of like I'm in an avatar, like I'm in the body, and she's like, can you look around? And I'm literally doing this and I'm looking around, trying to take in details. But it kind of, I switch between being the character, the person in that life, and then as a viewer watching the situation. It kind of switches back and forth, and it seems very fluid. It's not disorienting at all. It's very interesting because I can interact when she asks questions. And then I just want to let you guys know, I found that I could not give answers that she didn't ask for. So if she didn't prompt the question, I did not speak. And I felt like a little bit like I didn't have control over what I was saying. It was just like happening, and you're just kind of like a third person experiencing it. For the past life, I would say coming out of it, I remembered probably 80%. There was probably about 20% of details that when I listened, I was like, oh gosh, that was crazy. I didn't realize that part. Most of it I could recollect. I felt quite present during it. I know that sometimes people worry about watching their death, and honestly, I was viewing it as a third person, and there was nothing bad about it. It was very like I was watching a movie kind of thing. So that was interesting. I wasn't sure what to expect there. I will like, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't shocked when I had this past life. It was not what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. I shouldn't even say it wasn't what I was expecting. I don't think I had any expectations. I did believe that my life would be interesting, and just because I've led quite an interesting life up until this point, there's been a lot of things within my life that make me feel like it's not my first rodeo and it's not my first time having these experiences. So in that sense, I was expecting something that was going to be interesting. I would say not all past lives are this colorful, but there is a connection from this past life. So the next episode that I'm going to have in this series is going to be the higher self, and it really connects the details out of the past life into my current life. It's kind of like I feel like I'm a little bit vulnerable sharing it, but I do believe that there is value in other people hearing this, because it's going to encourage others to perhaps seek out a session to find answers within their own life. And sometimes I'm going to say even find answers they didn't know they were looking for. When I signed up for this, I just wanted to explore past lives. That was it. I was just curious. I was like, let me see some of these past lives. I was not expecting everything that I received out of this session. I will say that. I definitely was not expecting. And I would say 80% of the session I was not expecting. So it was pretty neat. I don't know if you noticed my voice was different too. It's very, it was different. Even when I played the audio for Jeff, he was kind of like, who's that speaking? I'm like, that's me. He's like, oh, you sound so soft. It sounded like a smaller voice, if that makes sense. Like I said in the first episode, I have started my QHHT course. I have completed it now. I am working through my practice sessions. It's quite lengthy and it has to be in person. So I'm just kind of working through those. And then I am also starting a course to be able to do it online. So it's a separate type of one, but I'm gonna hybrid them together, and it's gonna become a session that I have as an offering. So yeah, very excited to share that part. All right, well, I feel like this episode is going to be long enough as it is. I don't need to keep rambling at the end of it. I know it's a lot to digest and listen to, and there were some slow parts, and trust me, I trimmed this up. There's nothing fast about these sessions. It's very slow, and you're processing. It's like you're looking around, and like in the session, it feels like the whole session lasted 15 minutes, and it was like an hour and 40 minutes. But listening back, it brings me back to what I was experiencing and what I was seeing and what I was doing. It's like you're in a movie and you're interacting. So I think the pace at what it goes at is like, to me, it felt like a really comfortable pace. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope it brings a smile to your face. I hope you had a couple laughs, and yeah, I can't wait for you guys to listen to next week's episode, where it kind of puts all the puzzle pieces together, and you're going to have some aha moments, because I had some aha moments, and yeah, I'm just smiling ear to ear. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. If you're new, don't forget to hit subscribe, like, follow, drop a comment. What are your thoughts? Were you shocked? Have you had a QHHT session before? I just can't wait to hear from you guys. I want to hear what your thoughts are on this, and yeah, very excited for the next part. All right, I'm going to head out of here. Thank you for always walking this path with me and in finding spirit, and really just this spiritual journey. I love sharing all the little pieces of these journeys with you and what's happening within my life. So yeah, this is what's going on right now. I will see you in next week's episode. Bye.